Yo, what's going on? My name's Marroquin, and I'm going to do a review here real quick on some business cards. So I'm a fashion photographer, and I've been using the MOO Luxe business cards, which I absolutely love. They're super killer, they're thick, they're great, they're clean, but they're crazy expensive. So I wanted to see if there was an alternative out there to them. And I went ahead and hit up the Vistaprint website. I know they just announced that they're doing the ultra thick 32-point cards as well. And they're definitely priced a lot cheaper. So I just received them. So let's actually take a look at them. All right, cool. Let's get to it. So here we go. We have our Vistaprint cards right here and our MOO cards from the past right here. One thing I will say is the MOO packaging is way slicker. It's like a little box that opens up. You can see them right there. So I'm gonna take one out and then we'll get to comparing these bad boys. So this is my card. It's very simple. Of course, MOO is known to have that little coloring in the middle, and that really comes from merging two cards together. So this is a very simple design. That is my card. You can see on the back it's super clean as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Vistaprints. So here we go. That's the Vistaprint box right here. Open that bad boy. We're gonna bust out the card. Now with the Vistaprints, it's only one piece of paper, so it's gonna be just white. There you go. Bam. 32 point, nice and thick. Quality is cool. But I did want to dive into some of the details. I wanted to see, hey, which card is actually better? And is there a real difference here between the two for the price? And we're talking about pricing. We'll start with some base figures here. Here on the right, we have the MOO card. And for the MOOs, you get 200 for $119. Now, for the Vistaprints, you get 240 cards for $80. So that is pretty much half price. We're looking at about 60 cents a card for the MOOs and about 32 cents a piece for the Vistaprints. When you're looking at these right here, they're pretty close in comparison. I mean, there's really not much difference you can tell. But I will say the MOOs have a little bit of an edge on the quality as far as like the print, the font, the clarity. And I'm gonna actually get into something here so we can see the detail a little more under a magnifying glass. So here we go. That's the MOO card right there. And that's the Vistaprint. Doesn't look like much of a difference. I think on the back you can really see it. I don't know if it's because on the Vistaprint you have grayscale. There's a cost for that color. And really on the MOOs, they really don't matter. So here we go, MOO. Nice and clear. Vistaprint, clear as well, but it is a little different. And we'll get into those. So I'm gonna mount this on a tripod. We're gonna check them out. So let's get back to it. Bam. Be back in a second. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at some of the detail on the cards. Let's start with the MOO card. And this is something I actually use for photography to check my sensors and make sure they're clean, but it works really well. So we're gonna actually look at some of the detail. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. You can't, but I'm gonna bring the card up a little bit. We're gonna compare the fonts. So this is really the font on this. Nice dark black. It's super clear. It's really crisp. It's really awesome. Now while I'm keeping this here, I'm gonna bring in the Vistaprint card, which is really good, but I do think it's a little softer. There, you can see that it's a little bit not as dark. I don't know if the shape's a little different, but here we go. MOO, Vistaprint. Can you tell the difference? Is it worth double the price for this? And then of course you have the black right here on the inside, and we have clear. So that's what we're looking at. Two cards. Can't even tell. Vistaprint is the top card. MOO's on the bottom. Here we go on the back. That's really the only noticeable difference I have. So anyway, hope this helps those of you that are trying to order some cards. You're looking at about double the price for the MOOs. MOOs are a little bit nicer, I'm not gonna lie, but the Vistaprints are incredibly nice for the price, and I think it's a great value. So I will probably reorder the Vistaprints. So anyway, peace out. That's our MOO versus Vistaprint. Actually, our MOO Luxe versus Vistaprint's ultra thick comparison. And I am Marroquin. So do some cool fashion. You guys go check it out. This is website. This is Instagram. This is good stuff. Anyway, peace out. Oh, there is one thing I forgot to mention, and I think it's quite important. You know, I have my cards all over the place. I got them in camera bags, in my car, in my backpack. And the ones in the car, sometimes they do get hot. And I've noticed that the MOO cards, after a while, this is very extremely rare, they do separate. So I don't know, I should contact MOO, but I think it's also, I'm in Houston, Texas, it's incredibly hot. But since we have two cards here, there is that possibility for separation. You see that? So that's happening with a few of the cards I have. I would say less than 1%, so it's incredibly rare. But just that that happens, it's not cool. So you're not going to get that with the Vistaprints just because it's one solid piece of paper, a nice thick 32-point paper. So alright guys, hope that helps. And girls, peace out.